California just rolled out 15 new driving laws for 2026 that could cost you thousands of dollars if you don't know about them. We're talking about $1,000 fines for obscuring your license plate and mandatory breathalyzer devices for all DUI offenders. California just implemented some of the strictest traffic enforcement changes in the nation. If you're driving in California right now, you're operating under a completely new set of rules that officially took effect on January 1st, 2026. Nearly 800 new laws got approved in 2025, and many of them directly impact how you drive, what you drive, and how much you'll pay when you break the rules. Here's why these changes happened. California's traffic safety statistics are alarming. In 2024 alone, the state saw 164,123 total car crashes, resulting in 3,807 fatalities. While that's actually a 6.3% decrease from the previous year, it still represents more than 10 deaths every single day on California roads. Speeding played a significant role in 77,822 accidents and contributed to 26% of all fatal crashes. Nearly 30,000 crashes were linked to impaired drivers, with alcohol-related incidents accounting for 29% of all road fatalities. The California Highway Patrol issues roughly 1,600 citations per month for drivers exceeding 100 miles per hour. That's more than 18,000 cases in 2024 alone. State data shows that dangerous driving incidents have jumped 52% since 2010, while pedestrian deaths rose 7% in the last year and e-bike crashes nearly doubled. These numbers forced lawmakers into action, and now every California driver needs to understand what's changed. The most expensive mistake you can make is probably something you've never thought about: Assembly Bill 1085 makes it illegal to use any device that obscures your license plate from electronic reading. This isn't just about those clear plastic covers anymore. If you have any tinted cover, anti-photo spray, or device designed to evade toll systems, red light cameras, or law enforcement scanning, you're looking at a $1,000 base fine. But here's the kicker: that's just the base fine. Once California adds all its penalties and surcharges, you'll actually pay somewhere between $2,000 and $2,500 total. And if you're selling these devices, the penalties get even more severe. Manufacturing or distributing license plate covers in California carries a $2,500 base fine, which balloons to approximately $10,000 when all penalties and surcharges kick in. The Metropolitan Transportation Commission reported losing $1.4 million in fiscal year 2023 to 24 to license plate obstruction alone, so they're serious about enforcement. Now let's talk about one of the most significant changes to everyday driving: the expansion of California's Slow Down, Move Over law. Assembly Bill 390, authored by Democratic Assembly member Lori Wilson, completely transforms how you need to respond to stopped vehicles on the road. Previously, this law only applied to emergency responders, tow trucks, and roadside maintenance crews with their lights on. Starting this year, the rule applies to all stopped vehicles, every single one. When you see any stopped vehicle on the side of the road, you must either change lanes away from that vehicle when possible, or significantly reduce your speed if you can't change lanes. Violators face fines of up to $1,000, and repeat offenders face even higher penalties. This law recognizes that roadside incidents involving ordinary drivers have become increasingly dangerous, contributing to California's rising traffic fatality rates. Speaking of speed, California just revolutionized how speed limits work throughout the state. Assembly Bill 1014 moves away from the old 85th percentile rule that often locked in dangerously high speeds, even on residential streets. Now, Caltrans and cities can retain or reduce speed limits an additional 5 to 10 miles per hour below what speed surveys suggest when safety data justifies the change. For school zones specifically, Assembly Bill 382 allows local authorities to lower speed limits from 25 to 20 miles per hour immediately. Here's what's interesting: this authority is temporary through January 1st, 2031. After that date, the 20 miles per hour speed limit becomes automatic statewide for all school zones when proper signage is posted. There's even a built-in grace period. For the first 30 days after a new lower speed limit takes effect, peace officers can only issue warning citations for drivers going 10 miles per hour or less over the new limit. But speed enforcement is about to get much more sophisticated. Assembly Bill 289 authorizes the Department of Transportation to establish a work zone speed safety system pilot program, using fixed or mobile radar systems to detect speeding violations and capture clear photographs of license plates. According to a spokesperson from Assemblymember Matt Haney's office, it's scary how many workers and drivers are killed in freeway work zones. There needs to be some sort of program. This is a high-risk area. Caltrans will deploy 35 cameras cameras in construction zones on freeways. And citations won't add points to your driver's license. The real game changer for speed enforcement comes through the expansion of automated camera systems. California Senate Bill 720 removes earlier requirements that made red light camera enforcement difficult. Previously, systems often relied on facial recognition or identifying the exact driver. Under the updated rules, tickets go directly to the registered owner of the vehicle based on license plate details. 6 pilot cities can now implement speed cameras in designated problem areas: Los Angeles, Long Beach, Glendale, San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose, plus Malibu. Los Angeles previously operated red light cameras from 2004 to 2011, but discontinued the program due to cost and effectiveness concerns. Now they're bringing it back with improved technology. The pilot program in Los Angeles will roll out in the coming weeks and months, with cameras expected to be operational by mid-2026. The first 3 locations will be Vista Del Mar, Mulholland Drive, and Slauson Avenue. One important protection exists, though. Any red light camera installed after January 1st, 2026 must allow a 60-day warning phase, with the first 30 days being warnings only. Now, here's what might be the most impactful change for drivers with DUI history. Assembly Bill 366 extends and expands the mandatory ignition interlock device program for all DUI offenders, including first-time offenders, through January 1st, 2033. Previously, judges had discretion about whether to require these breathalyzer devices. Now, every individual convicted of DUI must install an IID, eliminating that discretion entirely. As Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie Norris's office stated, AB 366 will preserve our current protections and expand this mandate, ensuring that every individual convicted of a DUI must install an IID, eliminating the discretion that allows some offenders to avoid this critical safeguard. The consequences for DUI convictions got even more serious. Assembly Bill 1087 increases probation terms for vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated from 2 years to between 3 and 5 years. If you're convicted of vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated or gross vehicular manslaughter and granted probation, your probation term must now be set between 3 and 5 years. With nearly 30,000 crashes linked to impaired drivers in 2024, representing 29% of all road fatalities, these enhanced penalties reflect the state's commitment to reducing drunk driving deaths. Electric bikes and related devices face completely new safety requirements under multiple bills. Assembly Bill 544 requires all electric bicycles, whether pedal-assisted or motorized, to be equipped with a rear red reflector or flashing red light at all times, not just at night. Additionally, minors cited for helmet violations can now clear their records by completing a California Highway Patrol-approved online safety course. But the bigger change comes through Senate Bill 1271, which focuses on lithium-ion battery safety. Beginning this year, all e-bikes, powered mobility devices, and their batteries must be tested by accredited laboratories to meet specific safety standards. These products must be labeled to show compliance, and retailers cannot sell uncertified units after January 1, 2026. Several counties are implementing age restrictions as pilot programs. Marin County won't allow anyone under 16 to ride a Class 2 e-bike, while San Diego County prohibits anyone under 12 from riding Class 1 or Class 2 e-bikes. These pilot programs run until January 1, 2029. Assembly Bill 875 authorizes police to impound vehicles with fewer than 4 wheels that don't meet e-bike definitions, are powered by electric motors capable of exceeding 20 miles per hour, and are operated by unlicensed individuals. If the impoundment involves a child under 16 operating a Class 3 electric bike, a safety course may be required for release. The rise of autonomous vehicles brings entirely new enforcement challenges, which Assembly Bill 1777 addresses starting July 1, 2026. Any autonomous vehicle operating without a human driver must comply with new safety and communication requirements. Manufacturers must maintain dedicated emergency responder hotlines for police and fire departments, equip each AV with two-way voice communication devices, and report collisions within strict deadlines. For the first time, officers can cite an autonomous vehicle's manufacturer if the car violates traffic laws. Senate Bill 480 allows AVs to be equipped with automated driving system marker lamps that notify other drivers, pedestrians, and law enforcement when the AV's automated system is activated. Vehicle theft prevention gets a boost through Assembly Bill 486, which makes possessing key programming devices, key duplicating devices, or signal extenders with intent to commit burglary a misdemeanor. The offense carries up to 6 months months in county jail, a fine of up to $1,000, or both. This law specifically targets the sophisticated tools thieves use to steal modern vehicles. Consumer protection takes a major leap forward with Senate Bill 766, known as the CARS Act, taking effect October 1st, 2026. This creates first-in-the-nation protections for car buyers, including a 3-day right to return used vehicles under $50,000 for a full refund. No other state offers this protection. The law also prohibits dealers from misrepresenting vehicle costs and financing terms, requires full cost disclosure up front, and bans charges for useless add-ons like free oil changes for electric vehicles. For those dealing with financial hardship, Assembly Bill 1299 helps by authorizing local governments to waive or reduce parking fines when someone demonstrates inability to pay. Agencies must also offer payment plans upon request. 2 regional pilot programs address specific local challenges. Assembly Bill 630 authorizes Alameda and Los Angeles counties to remove abandoned RVs valued at $4,000 or less through January 1, 2030, if they're verified as inoperable. According to Paul P. Cheng, a Southern California trial attorney and former prosecutor, from harsher consequences for serious DUI offenses to expanded use of automated enforcement, California is clearly moving toward longer supervision periods and technology-driven traffic control. The California Highway Patrol emphasized in a public bulletin that these laws reflect our commitment to safety in an era of rapidly changing transportation. Not everyone supports all these changes. Speed cameras remain controversial, with critics pointing to problems in other states like Georgia, where school zone cameras allegedly issued violations outside active hours. However, AAA officials report that public support for stricter DUI laws is growing, with more than half of Americans favoring stronger enforcement. The distinction between civil and criminal penalties also generates debate. Speed camera citations are civil penalties without DMV points, which some view favorably, while others believe it lacks sufficient deterrent effect. Implementation will be gradual. Most cities shouldn't expect immediate speed camera tickets. San Francisco has installed cameras, but San Jose has only released proposed location maps. Los Angeles expects implementation by mid-2026, while Caltrans highway cameras have no definitive timeline. These 2026 law changes represent California's most comprehensive traffic safety overhaul in years, with fines ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars and some violations carrying potential jail time. Understanding these new rules isn't just helpful, it's essential for every California driver. The state has made it clear that the era of lenient traffic enforcement is over, and the technology to catch violators is more sophisticated than ever before.